I think this is like this is the scene where there's 3 scenes cut.
Yeah.
In between each other. Trey and Brandy arguing about her not putting out.
Mm-hmm.
Doughboy and company beating up a crackhead who steals Dookie's chain?
Yeah, it's Dookie's chain. He just sort of like rolls up.
Like he walks next to him, grabs it, runs. Doesn't make it like 5 feet.
Makes it across the street.
Yeah.
And then all of them.
They beat the crap out of him, and at the end, when one of them, I think it's Monster with the trash can, just
trash can on the dude. I'm like,
that's overkill.
Yeah, I'm like, come on, man, he's already dead.
And Ricky just, what's Ricky doing? I think he's just living his life, I guess.
Yeah, Ricky's just watching football.
I think
he's watching his football and shit.
He's just like his girlfriend, just like. You know, you just gonna sit there and watch football all day?
Yeah, because he's studying his tapes, I'm assuming. Although it does look like he's watching his own fucking shit, and I'm like, dude, you're a narcissist. But alright.
Well, egotistical football player, like there's not enough of those.
I'll alert Ripley's.
Trey's on the phone with his mom, and gives the phone to Furious, and his mom wants him to come home.
And it's as Furious says, why?
Because we now see that she obviously did pass her master. She's gotten out of her house, and because it's a real lavish apartment she's sitting in. Basically, like, I want him to come live with me now.
But he's like he's like 6 months away from college. The fuck's the point?
Yeah, and he's basically like, why?
He's like, why? Why would he's a man now? Like, who cares now?
It's a little late.
Yeah, a couple years back maybe, but now there's no point.
We get Doughboy and his crew again, playing Duck Hunt.
Okay. I have to talk about this.
Because it's a whole thing, like, it shows, I think, Monster with a gun.
Yes.
And then he shoots the gun, but it turns out it's just the Ness gun.
Alright. Now, I may have pointed this out. I do collect old video games.
You are a Nintendo
NES
man.
being one of them. It is technically possible for him to be shooting that gun for Duck Hunt, because if anyone remembers the NES, we had the Zapper, 2 different versions, an orange and a gray one. A gun like that did exist. However, there's no way in hell they had one in 1991, because that gun... Stop looking at me like that. That gun...
You should have started this sentence with, excuse me, but...
No. That gun did exist, but only in Japan. For the Famicom, which is the original version of the NES. So how they would have a Famicom, because you couldn't mix and match, so it wouldn't work on an American NES, how they would have a Famicom in 1991 in North America with that gun...
In South Central LA.
I couldn't possibly
at that time of night.
It is, well, the time of night doesn't matter. But how they would have that is almost impossible. But it did exist.
Okay.
There was somebody who saw this movie going, how the fuck did that exist?
Excuse me,
Shit. I guarantee you there were people who looked at that and went, where can I get a gun like that? And the answer is Japan.
So either way, Mrs. Baker comes in and says, all y'all get out of my house, because the USC recruiter's coming in, and I can't have a bunch of gangbangers in my living room.
I did enjoy the fact that they were sitting on the couch with the plastic.
The plastic couch.
I've been through that.
So, kicks them all out. Now, they only go to the porch.
Yeah, it's like, well, that doesn't
They don't leave.
I mean, in all fairness, they don't go anywhere ever.
Yeah.
They go to
Crenshaw. As far as they go is that porch.
They go to Crenshaw once, and the rest of the time, they're on that porch.
Yeah.
Why they don't go to anyone else's porch, I don't know, but it's got to be Doughboy's porch.
So the USC recruiter shows up for Ricky. Ricky's in a nice clothes. Brenna's in a nice clothes.
Yeah, well, they do have a moment where the guy's driving up, and they're just like, the fuck? And they're like, they bow up as if it's like a rival gang.
Because, that's the thing. Like, the established shot is that a car's slowly driving into
and whenever it's slow, they're just like, shit, drive by.
But then he pulls in, and he gets out, and he looks like a professor or whatever. Like, ooh, who's the fancy guy?
And to his credit, Doughboy attempts to fucking tell his friends, like, shut the fuck up, don't fuck this up for my brother. But he's not much better.
Yeah. I think his monster's like, you hook me up with a scholarship.
Yeah,
I don't know, football or baseball or something.
Like, I used to play baseball. I was good at that. And fucking Doughboy's just, shut the fuck up,
and he's trying to be like, okay, fellas, that's, no.
Doesn't put down the 40, though.
No.
Doesn't put down the 40, and then when the mother introduces Doughboy, he's just like, Ricky will be out in a minute. This is my other son, Darren, I believe his name is. It's my other son, Darren. He goes, sup. and walks away. I'm like, dude,
couldn't at least put a dress shirt on, Doughboy?
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't expect a dress shirt, but I would expect more than what's up.
So the USC recruiter who gets out of the car,
yeah.
and this is throughout the entire film, because this was LA in the 90s, you could just hear constant helicopters.
Yeah. Just
spotlights
consistently yeah. Like
throughout the film. So he looks up and he's just like, oh boy, this neighborhood
is where I am. Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And again, it doesn't help that he shows up and there's a bunch of gangbangers on the...
I mean, what he must have been thinking, like, oh fuck, I might die tonight.
So they go in, he tells Ricky, it's just like, okay, got a nice tape.
Yeah.
But do you have any other aspirations? Because there's no guarantee you're going to make the NFL.
Do you know how few people make it to the NFL? And he sort of goes, well, I don't know. It never really occurred to him that he wouldn't be.
And then he just comes out science or...
I like computers.
So
he's like, all right, well, we can do that. Just make sure you get over 700 on your SATs and you're in.
Yeah, and you should be good.
Yeah. So, okay.
Because with your skills here and a 700...
You'll be fine.
You'll get an SC. It's no problem.
Yeah.
Now, I'm sure, SC, where Singleton went, computers, of which he went into.
Exactly. This is all, again, this is very, he was Trey, though. He did say repeatedly his life was Trey.
But he used Ricky
as I guarantee you,
So Trey and Ricky go to Furious Financial, one of the greatest names for businesses ever.
Yes.
To see Furious. Mm-hmm. And he takes them to Compton.
Yeah.
And he has this whole speech. Mm-hmm. One of the best scenes in the film.
Oh, yeah. About gentrification.
Mm-hmm. And, gangbangers show up, gangsters show up.
Yeah.
One of the old guys in the neighborhood comes up, and it's a whole conversation
of a back and forth, too.
Well, we need to keep this neighborhood, its people, and its businesses black. We can't allow them to come in and...
Just take us out we're
more
nothing.
or less whitewash the neighborhood. Yeah. And it's the old man...
Who's
going, it's because of these folks
fuckers,
right here.
Doing this and, all this shit. So it's like...
And they scoff at him, and they're like, you old man.
But, and it's an amazing scene, because it's true.
And he's just and we're not helping each other. He speaks about black on black crime, and it's we're killing each other for them.
Yeah. And
to come in and do this.
And what we didn't mention is, the movie actually starts by giving you a statistic of, 1 in 21 black men will be murdered, in this country, whatever, and it's it's mostly
black on
black, and it's that's the statement he's trying to make of why are we fucking killing each other?
Because his whole movie, it's not only teaching Trey how to be a man in the world he's growing up, and it's how to be a black man in the world growing up. The speeches he has, as maybe forced and ham-fisted as sometimes they are, I mean, they make fun of it constantly.
Yeah,
don't be a menace.
Yeah, because he's unfortunately, this is the thing where, the character always has a speech prepared. Yeah. Which always, makes me laugh, and I make fun of it all the time. For instance, pretty much every character in the Dark Knight trilogy. Yeah. Everyone seems to have a fucking speech prepared at the drop of a hat. This is one of the starts of it. He's always got a bunch of wisdom, but, everybody respects it, though.
Yeah.
So it's you can't say shit. I mean, again, the fucking gangbangers don't come in and go, hey, motherfucker, shut up. They just come in and go, he's got a point. Yeah. They listen to him.
And they mention, characters do mention, man, Dan, your pops is, sharp, right? He's smart. I don't know what this is, a get-together? A car party? This is the scene where they all show up in their cars.
This is just what they do.
This is what they do.
This is just what they do.
So everyone shows up in their cars or their lowriders or whatever, and...
Oh, yeah, it's a shit ton of lowriders.
They're all hanging out. Mm-hmm. I like that Ricky first was drinking a liter of milk for 2 scenes, and now he's eating a whole bag of Doritos, because I'm I guess you gotta bulk up. Yeah. You're a football player.
That's what he does. He does not eat healthy in this whole movie.
But you gotta keep eating, because even if you eat like crap, first he's 17, so his metabolism
so he can eat whatever the fuck he wants. Yeah.
And anything he eats that's fattening, he's probably working out 4 hours a day.
Yeah. So it really doesn't matter, but... Still, it's just kind of funny that he's the character that's always eating.
So this is again where Ferris and his crew show up, and there's a scuffle. Wait.
I want to talk about this because this is the most 17-year-old thing I've ever fucking heard in my life before they actually show up. So Ricky and Trey are just this in the scene where he's talking about how deep his dad is and shit. I says, yeah, he's pretty cool, and then he goes, so what are Doughboy and his crew doing? They're probably hanging out at Crenshaw. Oh, fucking Christ. Yeah, I know. Want to go? Cool. It's like, that is
they're
the
in the
most
car
17-year-old
going, like, they're probably
thing.
doing this.
Yeah.
And you want to go and do? Yeah, I guess.
It's cool. No, he doesn't. Yeah, I guess they're excited about it. At first, he's just like, it's the dumbest thing ever. But it's like, you want to go? Yeah, cool. Let's go.
So
like,
they pull in,
just,
find a spot, walk over to
time.
Doughboy and his crew. Mm-hmm. This is where they get shouldered, like bodied, basically by Ferris and his crew.
Ferris and his crew fucking just try to sort of shove Ricky out the way.
If you're in Blood in the '90s, you're gonna wear Bulls gear because red and Jordan.
Oh yeah, Christ yeah. That's how that goes. So yeah, they're kind of just sort of
watch where you're going, and then Doughboy brandishes his pistol like, we got a problem here.
Yeah, we got a problem, and then the girl's just like, can we have one night where we don't get into a fight and shoot each other? And then, of course, Doughboy being Doughboy is like, shut up, bitch. I'm like, she's trying to keep the peace, you asshole, shut up. But, so she walks away and everything like that, and, they think everything's cool, and then gunshots. And everybody fucking peels out.
Oh, the entire...
Just out. We're done.
People are driving. I don't care if I hit someone. I'm out of here.
Again, this is where Morris Chestnut almost lost a leg.
Yeah.
And then you just cut back to Ferris fucking shooting the Uzi up in the air.
Laughing.
Yeah, he's happy.
So Trey and Ricky are driving home.
Mm-hmm.
They get pulled over by the cops.
Yep.
And it's the cops from the beginning of the movie who haven't... I mean, I guess it's only been 7 years, but they haven't aged.
It's not going to be that much of a difference.
When you're older, I guess
it really doesn't change much.
So it's the same cops. Now, they don't establish, you were a kid then. No. He just sees...
He's not going to remember who he is.
He just sees young black men, and he's going to pick on him.
Mm-hmm.
So he pulls him out of the car. He pulls him out of the car.
Yeah.
And he, Trey's trying to be a big man about it. Like, why are you bothering us, dude? We're not doing anything.
Yeah.
We're just trying to get home.
Yeah.
Pulls out his fucking gun.
Mm-hmm.
Puts it to Trey's neck.
Yeah.
And just gives him this whole speech of, like, I could waste you right now and no one would shed a tear.
Yeah.
And we would just call it in and no one would care. And Cuba Gooding Jr. is like, he's got real tears in his eyes. Because Cuba Gooding Jr. acts the shit out of this movie in some scenes.
Well, there's rumors that, not rumors, but like there was a lot of rehearsal, and they got him very method by this point. So he was feeling this shit, especially the next scene. They rehearsed that to the point where he was so emotionally drained that he was actually
because between this and later, Jesus, he acts the shit out of the next two scenes.
He really does.
And he just goes on and really gets under Trey's skin. And Trey, you could see it in his eyes. He just wants to rip this guy apart. He can't because A, he's got a gun to his throat, and second, he's a cop. What are you going to do?
So what are you going to do? Like you're
going to play into his hand and give him a reason to shoot you?
You touch that guy, you're dead. It's not even like you're getting arrested. You're dead. Yep. He will kill you.
And he'll just say, "Oh, he had a gun."
Yeah.
Or, "Yeah, I felt threatened."
Yeah.
So because it's the '90s in LA, and the police department was
corrupt as fuck.
Yeah. And they were all racist, including the black cops. Mm-hmm. Somewhat to a more intense degree.
There were a lot of things saying rumors that like the black police were worse. They were more racist than the white.
So very intense scene.
Yeah.
But he lets him go because he just wanted to scare him.
Yeah, he's supposedly getting one more, I don't know, angry.
Yeah. So Brandy goes to Brandy's and he just breaks down.
Yeah, he just loses it.
He's punching the air. Yeah. He's literally, this is a man breaking down because it's just like, he just went through this intense. First off, the bullets that went off on Crenshaw.
Yeah.
Second, he gets pulled over by the cops and has another gun pulled on him and put to his throat.
Yeah.
And he's just like, I am sick and tired of, because it's his environment. It's just like, earlier in the film, he has a shotgun pulled on him and the helicopters and the gunshots. Yeah. And it's just eventually getting to this guy of just like, I need to get the fuck out of here. Mm-hmm. Finally coming to the realization that I can't be here anymore.
Yeah. And this is the scene I was talking about where they basically had him so... He kept making him do it over and over and over again so that he was emotionally drained by that point. So that was all real.
Because he becomes unintelligible near the end of this. He's just
gone.
And he's a blubbering mess. Acts the shit out of it.
Just so fucking great.
And that, because of the emotion that he's feeling, the emotion that Brandy's feeling, they have sex.
Yeah.
She just finally realizes, oh, you know what, we're just gonna...
Like, yeah.
Maybe it's like her idea of like, maybe this will calm him down.
This will definitely make him feel better.
Or, like, I don't know, like, I don't think she was...
No.
She's pressured into it.
No. This was her decision.
Yeah.
But she sort of goes, well, A, this will make him feel better, and probably B, like...
What am I doing?
Yeah, like, like, this is I'm going to commit to this dude kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, well, here's